Anytime gas prices rise or fall, as they recently did, many people become suspicious.
Watching the prices drop, I had heard that there was something coming down the pipe.
What may be coming and what may add to popular suspicions is a hike in the federal gas tax.
Gasoline hasn't been this cheap in America since Kim Kardashian had a normal-sized derriere, and making fun of North Korean dictators was actually funny. And there are those who see this as the perfect time to make a few more bucks and repair the American infrastructure, which begs one to ask a simple question. Where's all the rest of those tax dollars going at the moment? It's a pleasure to welcome back to MidPoint actor, political commentator, syndicated talker on the talk radio network heard across America. There's the visage of Jerry Doyle joining us once again. Jerry, good to see you.
Good to be back with you. Thanks.
Here we go, Jerry. I mean, wait a minute now. We have now Republican senators that are calling for a higher gas tax. Now, they say that gas is cheap. Perfect time to go ahead. Americans won't mind paying another 15 cents here to help rebuild the roads. You are not a happy human being on this, are you?
No, but not just for that reason. I wasted money watching the interview, so that also makes me an unhappy human being. But when I look at how the fix is on this raising of the gas taxes, now we hear Republican and Democrat senators. We hear Nancy Pelosi, John Boehner won't take it off the table. And we're hearing that now our infrastructure is at a critical point, as if it wasn't critical before the election. This is the same nonsense that they did with not coming back and voting on the war when 78% of the people wanted them to do it. This is the same thing with them not voting on immigration reform or amnesty. This is the same thing with them not voting on the spending bill. Now, all of a sudden, after the election, oh my God, our infrastructure is in critical condition. We've got to take a look at our roads, our bridges, and our tunnels. What they're taking a look at, these political pigs on Capitol Hill that have been rooting around in the American wallet for way too long, now see an opportunity to take advantage of us because gas prices are low. So what we're starting to enjoy the fact that I can fill up my gas-guzzling, environmentally unfriendly, polar bear-killing Tahoe for $40. I want to drive around just to burn it off to fill up again because it's so much fun. But here they come, 12 cents over 2 years, and we have to phase this in. I mean, just when people are starting to catch a break, they have to step in and figure out a way to screw us one more time. But the question is, what have they been doing with all the gas tax dollars with regard to the Highway Trust Fund? Why are our roads, bridges, and tunnels in the condition that they're in now? And now they say, well, we have to do something about this. And now the way they're going to fix the problem is to stick it to us. You know, gas prices are down 105 consecutive days, according to AAA. Each penny it goes down is $1 billion that's in people's pockets. And when you take a look at the latest estimates, we've had $15 billion of discretionary money put back in our wallets because of lower gas prices, whether you want to invest it, save it, stuff it in your mattress, go out and spend it, take a vacation, pay for your kids' education. And they're assuming that gas prices aren't going to go back up, Ed. When they go back up, they're going to go from the 18.3 cent federal gas tax now to include the 12 cents. So we're not supposed to feel that pain when prices go back up?
All right, Jerry, I'm going to agree with you on this because we're almost on the same page here. But then what is the guy and gal watching the show right now, listening to your show, supposed to do? Because you and I both know that this comes down to lobbyists, handshakes, deals that are going to be made. You've got Republicans and Democrats. They're going to shake hands and say it's a great idea. The people who sent them there can't do anything about it. What are we supposed to do in order to tell them, where's all that money you've been wasting for the last 30 years that should have been going to the roads, that quite frankly is going to protect a garden snail somewhere in Illinois?
Well, I'm not going to change the patterns of by which I drive. I'm not going to not go to places because I don't want to give them the extra 12 cents. I don't know exactly what people are going to do, but I do know this, that with Obamacare and the implementation of this ridiculous supposed overhaul of our healthcare system, when the bloody revolution takes place, at least we'll all have health insurance. So I guess that's the good news. But then again, to the point, these politicians know that if this was something that was brought forward before the election, a lot of them that are there wouldn't be. So they bring it up after the election, and then we're going to get distracted by ISIS or ISIL, or we're going to get distracted by Charlie Hebdo, or we're going to get distracted by something. And then we're just going to basically say we're mad as hell and we are going to take it some more. But what we can do is we can free up our oil and gas exports. It's illegal in this country for a company to export oil and gas to a foreign country without the explicit permission of the United States government. If we became energy dominant in the world, an energy player in the world, we would be in control of our own destiny. We'd have enough money to do what we need to do things with. But yet, once again, they're taking a look at infrastructure. And on the other side of this, you've got Democrats and Republicans that are saying we need to bring all those corporate tax dollars back overseas. We need to repatriate these dollars because that's going to go to infrastructure.
Okay, Jerry, I'm going to stop you right there. Hold on one sec. We got to take a break. We'll come back. We'll also pitch out the hashtag you have for this and a whole lot more. Back with Jerry Doyle after the break. Head-to-head, President, Congress, and a lot more coming back. So welcome back to MidPoint, syndicated radio talker and the man for which no issue was made that could not be intelligently discussed. Jerry Doyle joins us once again. By the way, Jerry, I already just got a tweet back from somebody who said your term political pigs is appropriate for the creatures in California. So you got the folks in the West Coast rooting for you on this one.
Now I got to work my way east.
Exactly. That shouldn't be hard at all with political pigs.
Exactly. I started this hashtag, just simple, gas tax revolt. Just whenever you see congressmen or women, senators, anybody, unions, trade groups, all talking about how we have to increase the gas tax because we have to do the roads, bridges, and tunnels the right way because the Highway Trust Fund's going to have a $160 billion deficit over the next 10 years. Just hashtag it with gas tax revolt so we can keep track of all of this. But now you're going to sock it to the consumers just when we're getting a little bit of relief. When people are starting to feel good, they got a little bit of money in their pocket. And on the other side of this politically, now they want to do, let me get the correct term for this, the Infrastructure and Global Tax Competitiveness Act. Sounds good, right? John Delaney, Democrat out of Maryland,
I like
he introduced this. This is to repatriate the trillions of dollars, corporate dollars held overseas. Congress approved that move, by the way, back in 2004, but now these companies are unpatriotic. But now supposedly we're going to bring that money back over here, and it's going to go towards infrastructure, and it's going to go towards good-paying middle-class jobs. We've already seen this movie. We saw it in 2004 with the Win America campaign. The money was repatriated. Instead of 35%, it was repatriated at about 8.5%. Good deal for the companies, good deal for us, right? The deal was you can't use it for executive compensation, you can't use it for share buyback, and you can't use it to increase dividends to shareholders. They did all three. And the top 10 companies that repatriated almost $800 billion cut 50,000 jobs in the next 2 years after that repatriation in 2004. I'm all for infrastructure build out. I'm all for roads, bridges, and tunnels that help us to be competitive in the 21st century. I'm all for money going where it's supposed to go. But these political pigs who overspend and overtax, they then plunder this money to other special interest projects to pay off their crony capitalists or to buy votes wherever it is they think that their political fortunes lie.
But doesn't this also, and again, you're exactly right, but we're talking about the expenditure of money here. Let's also bring this down to what's happening just yesterday. CENTCOM gets hacked, their Twitter account gets hacked, their YouTube account gets, look, I know it's only Twitter and YouTube, but we have an infrastructure here, let's use that word again, a cyber infrastructure. We should be years ahead of these people, yet we have some kid drinking Red Bull in his mom's basement right now who can go ahead and hack the United States government. Where's all the money being spent to keep us safe and to move us forward so that one day the lights just don't go out because somebody in North Korea decides it's time to hit the power grid? Again, more money being badly spent.
Well, you got this spineless wimp of a president who, with regard to the Sony hack out of North Korea, refers to it as cyber vandalism. Vandalism is when somebody keys the side of your car. When you can cause a U.S. corporation $100 million in damages and you can effectively shut down to a certain degree free speech in this country with the push of a button on a keyboard or the click of a mouse, I don't know what our cybersecurity specialists are doing. I don't know what our government is doing. I know they're spending money. I know they're buying buildings and they're buying desks and computers and they're hiring people, and they all sit around and look at each other and go, well, we're in business. In the business of what? What are you doing? I mean, if they start to attack our electric grids, our wastewater treatment plants, if they start to go after our banking infrastructure, when people can't log on to figure out how much it is they have in their account or to transfer something to pay a bill, the wars of the future will be much better fought with the click of a mouse than they will at the tip of a nuclear weapon.
And the man who knows full well about the future, having been there, of course, during the Babylon 5 reference. I had to get it in one way or another. Oh, and by the way, 15 seconds. You said you saw the interview and didn't care for it, huh?
Yeah, it gives me a new appreciation for Adam Sandler movies.
Now, wait. If you then tell me that this gives you a greater appreciation for Pauly Shore movies, we got to talk.
We have to talk. You have to see it just because of the controversy. But as far as movies, it's a pass as far as
Yikes.
2 thumbs down from this guy.
Okay, well, now I have to see it now. I'm going to have to go, and then we'll talk about that at a later time. Don't forget, Talk Radio Network, syndicated nationally. Jerry Doyle, great job, and appears here as well, and gives us the real scoop. Jerry, thanks so much, my friend. We'll talk to you soon.
Look forward to it. Thank you.
All right, take care. The final word, telling it like it is, has a word or two for Ted Cruz, his peers, and the usual knee-jerk media about a presidential trip that wasn't taken, yet it's taking up a tremendous amount of time and discussion. That when we continue right here on MidPoint, where every day we question everything.